So to start making what I call my Amatriciana sauce, I'll put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the deep pan, put it on high, get it nice and hot, and then add the onions. It's on high right now. I'm going to be turning it down to low later on, but I want to get a nice initial browning of them. So we're going to put it on high just for a little while. Let's stir it in, get them coated in olive oil. Use a nice high-sided pan. This is kind of a unique pan. You can use a regular saute pan though. And get them all coated. Make sure they're kind of, everything's covering the bottom. And let's let that cook for about, a minute and a half. And come back to it. We've got the bottom side browned up a bit. And that's pretty much how I want it. Yeah, maybe a little bit on the too brown side, but that's okay. Nothing's burnt. And let's toss it around, get it all evenly distributed. And let's turn it down and go away for about 4 minutes. And after about 4 or 5 minutes, we should be looking like this. And I'm going to continue to cook that under low heat for about another 10 minutes. So now we've cooked the onions for about 12 minutes, 2 on high and about 10 on very low. I'm going to add the petite tomatoes, and total I have 2 cans here, but you can buy a 1 can 16 ounce of tomato sauce, and then about a cup of wine, red wine of any type, and about 2 tablespoons of double concentrated tomato paste, and a nice handful of prosciutto that you've chopped up. I'm going to turn that up so I can get it just to a boil, so I can start cooking it off. It looks pretty soupy. That's how it's supposed to look. Let's just blend everything together, get everything so it's of a nice even consistency. Just keep stirring till everything is pretty much all mixed together. There we go. So what we're going to do now is just pretty much just cook all the excess water off. Add a little salt because I've used low sodium tomato sauce and low sodium diced tomatoes. Blended really nice. I'm just going to leave it on this high heat until it just starts to come to a boil. There we go. Now it says boiling. I'm going to stir it a little bit. And I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit so it comes to a gentle boil. You want to go too rapidly. There we go. That's about how it should look. That might be a little bit on the rapid side, but just as long as it's not splattering outside of the pan. This is about 5 minutes in. So you want to come over and stir it occasionally, every so often. But basically you're just cooking it down now. Everything nice and blended, nice and evenly distributed, so it cooks evenly. And now that we've cooked it about 20-25 minutes, turn it down a little bit more, and I'm going to start the pasta. So I've got the water boiling. I'm going to go get some pasta, stir that a little bit. It's looking pretty good. So that'll be done when the pasta is done in about 10 minutes. So I'll go get some, put it in, stir it around a little bit so it doesn't clump. That's on a high heat. Let's get that boiling again. And the pasta is going to cook, depending on what type you have, for about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes later, here we go. My sauce is nice and thickened up, ready to go. My pasta is cooked. And once you drain it, be sure not to rinse it. What you're going to do is put it back in the pot, put a little sauce in. The Italians refer to it as gravy. And this will prevent it from sticking and clumping. You don't want to rinse it. Just put a little tomato sauce in there. Get your plates and make a couple of portions in the plates. There we go. Put the sauce on. A few nice scoops. There we go. Nice even distribution over the top. A little bit more there. And let's sprinkle some Parmesan cheese that I just shredded up. Fresh ground Parmesan is always the best. And some nice chopped basil. We'll make it look just like the Italian flag. There we go. All done.